The Battlefield 5 reveal was yesterday, and just like the Black Ops 4 reveal event, it started with a retrospective of the franchise to tickle those nostalgia bones before being let down by a cringe-inducing panel and heavily split reaction reveal trailer. Unlike the actual reveal event, I'm going to start with the trailer, which made the Twitch chat go from RIP COD to man a matter of moments, and then go on to the part with the funny man, Tree 5 or Noah, talking with the funny-looking developers. I'll also do what they did on the Mixer stream after the trailer, which they probably should have done with the rest of the Twitch reveal by breaking down the trailer that was hosted by Benny Central, a former Call of Duty YouTuber who I never actually saw touch a Battlefield game, now turned cocksucker for Xbox, the best place to play games if you don't have any self-respect or money for a gaming PC, and who also got clowned by the Daily Show host when asking for his gamertag in the same manner that I let people down gently when they ask me, with the I don't ever add people on Xbox type of response. Oh, and why the fuck was it so hot in the building during the reveal? Why the hell is everybody sweating, and who the fuck turned up the thermostat? Anyways, finally onto the trailer. We start with the white horse from the painting in the secret zombie room, which already sounds ridiculous, but we're just getting started as there's vehicle customization putting shit like a teddy bear on your gun turret. After taking down the tank, our heroes charge into a house where so far the only thing that looks like World War II in this World War II game is the gun that this soldier just shot. The ragdoll physics are updated with bodies flying and tumbling down the stairs, taking down pictures off the wall like it's a bathroom in Modern Warfare 2's favela. Bullets are ripping through the side here as wall bang out of nowhere will be a common theme in this game, as if DICE needed to one-up Treyarch's papier-mâché walls. Now I know it's a Battlefield game when this guy asks for help and his teammate just runs right the fuck past him. There's a new suplex takedown animation along with a sword on this guy's back for those that like to melee in a shooter game, and these tanks aren't those harmless Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on your door. You can see more movement mechanics with a jump roll out the window like Radical Heights, and this female soldier having her hashtag #MeToo moment on her back, popping off shots, crawling backwards like we're playing Rainbow Six Siege all over again. Also shown off are the new destruction physics, as shit won't just crumble per normal, directional impacts now matter. Finally something that resembles the World War II we're accustomed to seeing, with the music that sounds like it's playing from a record player and tanks pulling along AA guns, so now you don't have to sit at spawn like a giant douche canoe to take down those annoying ass airplanes, which are flying way too low to be effective at all in this trailer. Now comes a scene like out of a Michael Bay film with explosions and even more friendly shell shock, because that's a fun mechanic to have in a game, and the destroyed bridge falling debris cliche. Obviously this twat waffle didn't read the server rules about no jet ramming, which is even more palpable now that you could just walk away from a plane crash, but you can't walk away from getting a truck dropped on you, as the roadkills are piling up just like a normal Battlefield match. Somehow the HUD pops up on the screen with a moss-covered MG42 with a paltry 10 rounds in it that was probably left by somebody whose squad is actually off PTFOing, while he hangs back laying down suppressive fire as if that's actually helping out the team in any way, shape, or form. People are putting down sandbags with the new Fortnite-ification building mechanic that is the opposite of the destruction we saw earlier in the trailer. Holy shit, a squad mate giving ammo? This is definitely a trailer, because that never happens in the actual game, and look at this mean back rage. It's too bad he's only got 10 bullets in that clip before having to change the baby's diaper, and we see that sliding is back, and hopefully it's not as bugged out as in the previous games. Now we get to see the grenade throwback mechanic that's been in Call of Duty for over 10 years, so playing on the meat grinder maps will be more like having a catch than actually having to deal with nade spam. You can also shoot nades in midair, but planes probably aren't stupid enough to fly this low to actually have this moment happen. First-person perspective really shows off how in Battlefield 5 you could snake through the grass like a boa constrictor, because that's how I imagine gunfights in World War II went, and finally the kill feed can actually keep up with the action that wasn't the case in the last Battlefield game. Oh, and is this a UCAV on steroids? No, it's a V1 flying bomb that apparently doesn't need a commander to call in, and unlike behemoths to level the playing field for those shit kids that are getting their ass kicked, you can actually get shit by building things and then spending the resource to call it in. Does this mean that we can get a big boy or little man on the Asian Theater DLC? Here's yet another new melee animation, and oh shit, Tracer with the ghetto-ass prosthetic arm and way too much blue eyeliner saving the day. We might as well rewrite Captain Hook to be the good guy if we're gonna rewrite history like in this trailer. Oh, and is this the tease for the Battle Royale mode at the end with people jumping out of the airplanes? Battlefield Vagina! Oh shit, sorry, I saw the cover and that's the first word that popped in my head. Damn, it's actually Battlefield V, or Battlefield 5. This is gonna make tagging my videos extremely annoying. Anyways, you can pre-order now for an open beta access, which is actually an oxymoron because open beta doesn't require a purchase at all, but the game is out on October 19th, unless you have EA access for the VCR or Origin access for PC, then it's actually out on October 11th to not fall on the same date as the new Call of Duty game, or it's on October 16th if you get the deluxe edition. Basically, they push the release date of the actual game back unless you throw down extra money, because that's how EA rolls. Now onto more details about the game that was discussed in the painstakingly drawn out for extra ad placements on the YouTube video that was part of the reveal. Trevor Noah, who said he likes being a support player yet lists out all of his favorite things to do in a Battlefield game that are all surprisingly things that engineers do. Anyway, he just just gives away the setting for the game and a throwaway one-liner at the very beginning of the stream, but DICE already did that on Monday with the teaser, so it's not actually a huge deal. However, as you can obviously tell by the trailer, this doesn't look like your normal World War II portrayal that's been done 100 times over, and the FPS community was sick of way back in 2007, but instead, they're telling more interesting stories like the German occupation of Norway and the battles in Northern Africa, which means more desert maps. Fucking yay. Can't you tell how excited I am? Those fuck trumpets that masquerade as peers for historical accuracy that also happen to love those only in Battlefield moments, which are totally feasible to do in a war, will scoff about not being able to do the D-Day mission for like the 300th time. However, when the developers use the buzzword immersive to describe this most immersive Battlefield ever, it doesn't mean what they think it means if they're going to go this route of not doing the same copy-pasted content from World War II games gone past. Sure, it'll feel like you're in that particular battle or story that they want to tell that not that many people know, and it's not an actual portrayal of the greater war as a whole, but based on the trailer, it doesn't look like a World War II game, just a game with World War II shit in it. They're expanding on the Operations fan favorite mode from Battlefield 1 that they couldn't be bothered to do for the Final Apocalypse DLC with Grand Operations, as if it needs a new name. Instead of a conquest-like mode spread across 2 different maps with multiple restarts, there's going to be a 3 or 4 round conflict where the actions of the previous round actually impact the next round going forward, which only means I hope that the team balancer actually works on launch, unlike in the previous game. There will be multiple modes for the different rounds, like Conquest Assault, which I still don't understand why DICE thinks people like being spawn trapped, and Airborne, which you parachute from planes in a one-life winner-take-all mode that is eerily similar sounding to a Battle Royale mode without saying those words because of current market oversaturation. They're also going to go back to a majority conquest rule after they fucked the iconic game mode royally in the ass in the last Battlefield game. Unlike its major competitor that is also putting out a full-price game in October despite a lack of this, there will be a single-player campaign similar to Battlefield 1 with war stories, and will also include a co-op mode called Combined Arms for the first time since Battlefield 3. Normally I'd say that these things lead to more monetization options, but the biggest applause line in the entire reveal, yes, even more so than the trailer, was that there will be no season pass dividing the community into the haves and have-nots, but giving away any of the perks that the haves got to make people actually play together, which is the whole Battlefield mantra. I mean, we've seen the no-pay DLC EA model with Titanfall 2, where all the DLC was just not even reskin maps from the prior game, but that's not going to fly in Battlefield. There's got to be a catch here, right? Character customization for those that like to play dress-up in an FPS. Battlefield players have been clamoring for soldier customization for a while now, yet people here are complaining about not having historical accuracy, which is the opposite of having the freedom to make your character look how they want, so I guess you can't please them all. But, I mean, look at this fucking screenshot. This looks more like Far Cry 5 than Battlefield 5, set in World War II. The company is the customization hub, and supposedly you could level up to get access to new beepity bops since they said no pay to win, but look at the sheer number of different things you can unlock, including new weapons and vehicles. The Twitch chat was just as cynical as me when they started spamming $ and battle pack sales figures, but I just hope that the loot boxes are limited to the other items that aren't new weapons and vehicles and shit you could do in battle like Fortnitifications. Speaking of which, Fortifications, as it's actually called, is the building mechanic for undoing the destruction that happens throughout the match. Each player is a toolbox, has a toolbox, so that they could basically play the most popular game on the planet right now within Battlefield 5, kind of like the Commander mode in Battlefield 4 playing an RTS within an FPS. Support players can build shit like in Call of Duty World War II's War mode, like cover, mounted machine guns, barbed wire barriers, and more. Basically, it's like reinforcing the walls in Rainbow Six Siege. God damn it, why do we keep mentioning that game in these fucking reveals? The other buzzword that they threw out there was live service, which sends chills down my spine because it sounds like having a part-time job, which gaming is supposed to be my way of relaxing after my full-time job. I don't want to feel as if I need to check in every fucking day like I have a controlling girlfriend. I already went through that in college. However, it sounds like during the life cycle of Battlefield 5, they're actually going to have incentives to keep playing the game, unlike the previous Battlefield game, which had nothing in terms of death or reason to come back and play more. Since everything has to have a long and drawn-out name attached to it, Tides of War is the name of the live service model, which will take you to different theaters of the war throughout the game's life cycle with daily, weekly, and monthly rewards to earn shit for your company. In November, the Fall of Europe event will take place, but right now you can actually get free DLC for Battlefield 1 with the Russian In the Name of the Tsar and Battlefield 4 with Final Stands. So now you can see what it's going to be like in the next game, which I guess they're releasing piecemeal this time to ensure that this game won't be an empty vessel on launch and sit there for months on end, since, as we've seen with Call of Duty, 2 years isn't long enough for copy-paste anymore.